Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address for you is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Just finished doing a jog, and I was thinking as I was running about an article I read from Quorum IRB, and this video is not going to be about that. I'm going to do a separate one on that. It's from Quorum IRB, and it's called IRB Review of the Use of Social Media in Research, and it applies to research clinics, CROs, and sponsors. And I'm going to get into it because there's a lot of good points there, and there's a lot of good content there, and a lot of good material there for study-specific clinical trial recruitment. This video is not going to be talking about study-specific recruitment for clinical trials. It is going to be talking about social media recruitment for clinical trials and how I think all this IRB guidance and FDA guidance is overrated. And before I get attacked from you guys and get tons of questions asking why, how can I possibly think this way, let me tell you, most clinical trial recruitment is not going to be study specific. In fact, most clinical trial recruitment, if you really think about it, is going to be educating the potential study participants or their family members about clinical trials in general. So by the time you get to the study-specific stuff, you're already going to have IRB approved material like flyers, presentations, informed consent, things like that. This video is talking about how to get people interested in clinical trials, period. Whether you run a clinical trial clinic for cancer studies or psychiatry studies or diabetes or asthma, whatever it may be, social media is a fantastic way to raise awareness about clinical trials without getting into study-specific details. You can save that for when the study participant's actually in your clinic. But how do you get someone from out on the streets into your clinic in the first place? Social media is a fantastic tool for that. And there is no need for IRB approval when you are promoting your clinic or you're just raising general awareness about clinical trials. And let me read you a quote from this article, which I think is good. IRB Review of the Use of Social Media in Research. Again, I'm going to link to it. It's from Quorum IRB. The rules governing clinical trials require close IRB oversight of communications with study subjects, including those made through social media. But they go on to say, any blog post, blog, tweet, or text that contains study-specific direct advertising should be submitted for review. So what does that tell you? Explaining to someone what an informed consent is, explaining to someone what a clinical trial is, explaining to someone what their rights are in a study, or just explaining in general why we do clinical research and who you are as a company and how you guys exist in this space does not require IRB approval. And I think this is an excuse that a lot of sites are not using social media because they're saying, well, we're not getting FDA guidance, we're not getting IRB guidance. You don't need that. You don't need that if you are promoting your company, your services, the disease areas or the medical conditions that you guys do clinical trials for. You only are going to need IRB approval for your social media campaigns when you're doing study-specific advertising. So again, I think social media is a fantastic tool to use for just raising awareness and getting those people, those eyeballs, getting that attention and causing someone to be interested in your clinic. So you're getting someone from outside, a complete stranger, to give you a call and then come into your clinic, and then you can do the study-specific advertising and get into some details about particular studies that they might be qualified for. But to use social media for study-specific recruiting, you will need IRB approval, but I think you don't need to do that, and the most effective way to use social media is to talk about the medical condition that your clinic specializes in, combined with talking about general principles of what clinical trials are, because most Americans, and I would say most people in the world, have little to no understanding of clinical trials. And for this, you do not need IRB approval. In fact, everyone should be encouraging you to do more of this. We need to raise more awareness, do anything we can, everything we can, to get people to understand what clinical trials are all about and to demystify clinical trials. So I'm not telling everyone to go out there and create another clinical trials guru website. But I have plenty of videos where I say there's so much opportunity here to use social media, to use blogging, to use YouTube, to use videos, to use written posts, to talk about clinical trials in general, to talk about specific medical conditions in clinical trials and how they apply to your clinic and why someone may be interested without getting into any specific protocols. And nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, but very few clinics are doing this. Very few CROs are doing this. And I don't think you need IRB approval for this kind of stuff. So go ahead and do it. Forget about getting IRB approval for these study-specific stuff, because at the end of the day, I think you're better off using your efforts to just raise people's awareness, get people interested in you as a company, knowing who you are, and then when they think about clinical trials, you'll be the first one they think of. They'll call you, they'll come in your clinic, then you can get into the study-specific recruitment, and that you should already have IRB approval for that kind of stuff. Hopefully this helps. The title of this video, I think, will be "You Don't Need IRB Approval for Using Social Media in Clinical Trials." I really hope this helps. Again, I'm going to do another video on that particular article, but I'll have a link to it. And right now I want to thank all my Clinical Trials Guru producers. For $99 for a lifetime membership, you get mentioned in every video, you get links to your sites. $99 for lifetime, and I'm only accepting 100 producers, so there's still room for more people out there, but it's going to be going fast, and at some point I'm going to raise the price. So get in early. Right now it's $99 for a lifetime membership. Big shout out to Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PT&R, Patrick Stone. We have Darshan Kulkarni from Kulkarni Law Firm, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Breakthrough Clinical Trials, and South Coast Clinical Trials. Again, hopefully this helps. You do not need IRB approval for most social media stuff in clinical trials. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you feel like my argument is not good enough and you do need IRB approval. I'd love to exchange dialogue with you. Let me know. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.